This shows the railway lines around Adelaide in the 1950s, showing that there used to be a railway line from Adelaide down to Noarlunga and a side branch to Hallett Cove. In the 1960s, the passenger lines to Noarlunga were taken away. Seaford Station. Place to park your bikes. Parking. And a bus interchange. An electric train waiting for departure of the city. Pedestrian overpass. This is a road map of Adelaide showing all the roads and how many light vehicles travel on the roads. Down here is Noarlunga, and over here is Port Noarlunga. And this is a area which has been set aside for future extensions of the railway line down to Port Noarlunga. Originally the railway line used to go across here to Noarlunga. This is the Seaford station, Noarlunga Central, going along the coast. Just here is Hallett Cove, and here there's a deep sea water port which used to have oil tankers coming in here, and at one stage it was proposed that Adelaide's deep sea port should be here and not at Outer Harbour. This is the line through here going through Marion, and at this point here is the Goodwood Junction rail underpass. You then come along through Wavell, through the Adelaide Interstate Passenger Junction here at Clemsig, and around to Adelaide Railway Station. Seaford Station. The 1.2 kilometre long viaduct over the estuary of the Onkaparinga River. This is the longest viaduct in Australia. The method of construction makes it the third longest bridge, where the top of the bridge was pushed in from the edges and not moulded in position. This shows the buses 741, 750, 751, 752, 755 and 756, which go into the Seaford railway station, and these are shown on this map. You can see that the area that these buses serve is a very large area when you compare it with the rest of Adelaide. And this shows buses 745 and 747, which go from the Seaford rail interchange to the Noarlunga Central rail exchange, and they are shown over here. This is the Seaford, and here's Noarlunga Central. So you can see that we've got intermodal travel where buses interface with trains. Trains take a very narrow corridor, high speed, and they take people quickly into the city. If you look at road traffic, there are basically 3 roads which service this area, shown in red, and 2 of them all end up at this point here, which is a major bottleneck because this is actually the South Road. This is the South Road here, which is the major route for roads. This creates enormous bottlenecks in rush hours, and at one point this road here was a one-way direction road which would in the morning go towards the city and in the afternoon would come back from the city. It's now been turned into a 2-way highway. The floor of the train and the platform are on at the same level, and so it's quite easy for wheelchairs to come into the train.
Noarlunga Central.
A very popular station. Noarlunga Central. Great separation.
Now arriving at
Another case where the buses and the trains meet at the same station. That's the bus stop. And the pedestrian crossover. Great separation. Now going underneath the freight train lines from the eastern states. Just coming out of the underpass, the rail underpass. Over here is the far side is the heavy freight train lines of the Australian Rail Track Corporation. That is a standard gauge there, and this is broad gauge. A night view of the Goodwood Junction rail underpass, where the suburban trains, the dual tracks, pass underneath the single track of standard gauge freight train line for the Australian Rail Track Corporation line between Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth. This is a rail underpass where the line passes underneath another railway line. The Adelaide Showground station, and this is now Keswick Interstate train station. This is where the GAN and the East-West train come into Adelaide. This is the site of the new medical hospital to be built for Adelaide University, and just beyond that is the City West campus of UniSA and the Glenelg to entertainment centre tram.
Now arriving at Adelaide.
As we can see, it's all been built over. Got a reflection off the glass. Arriving in Adelaide. Adelaide Railway Station. North Terrace, Adelaide. O'clock on a Wednesday. Adelaide Oval, River Torrens is in between us and there. Festival Theatre, Parliament House. North Terrace, King William Street intersection. Public transport. Rundle Mall, Adelaide. High Marsh Square, Adelaide. Grenfell Street, Adelaide. In the background is the RAA building, which is mentioned in the RAA point-to-point survey. C2 bus is one of the Oban buses. At the end of the street is proposed, we have a tunnel which will bring the Oban buses to the top, to the east end of Grenfell Street. Looking down towards North Terrace. At one time, trolley buses used to travel along Hindley Street and Rundle Street, which is the next street down. Street midway between Grenfell Street and North Terrace.